everyone, welcome back to Pokémon Masters EX. Today is finally the day that I've been awaiting since a very long time. When the game started, I wanted my favorite Pokémon to be playable. And I had to wait around 2 years, but finally we are here. Indeed, because Groudon is finally available to play with Maxie in the Gacha. So we have to roll the Gacha to get Maxie and Groudon, but I have so many gems just for this occasion that we won't miss out on this particular sync pair. I also have enough candies where even if we fail to get 5 copies of Maxie, I will max out that sync move and I will max out also the EX stars. So do not worry, this will be a gacha where for the first time in a very long time I will max out that damned unit. We will get every copy of Max that we want and also we will use him in any future video that I do because I love Groudon that much, it is my favorite Pokemon. As you can see, we also got the rewards from the teaser event for these 2 sync pairs that drop today. The first one is Groudon today, tomorrow we get Kyogre. And I want to get also Kyogre if I can, but it depends on how many pulls we need to get 3 copies of Maxie. Because let me check out, I believe that I have 2 candies, so we will pull 3 copies of Maxie and then go with candies. Because I don't really want to waste gems to get more copies if we have the necessary amount. And then the leftovers, we will use them tomorrow with the Archie and of course Kyogre Gacha. So let me check out how many candies I have. So candies should be over here. Yes, okay. So we have general candies, none. We have 3 strike moves, not the one that I want to look for. There we go. We have 3 5-star strike move candies. So indeed I only need to pull 2 Groudons, but we'll try and go for 3 if we can. Depends how many gems we need to pull Groudon, not how many gems we have. Because of course I have plenty of gems luckily, but it all depends on the correct amount to pull the sync pair. Other than that, this month will be kinda quiet because of course I am going all in on those 2 sync pairs, so I won't be able to pull anything else that comes this month. But of course I will do some very good EX showcase, especially for Groudon since it is my favorite Pokemon, and Kyogre if we pull them tomorrow. Him and Archie of course. So I want to say that Maxie is not my favorite option for Groudon. I would have preferred to get Courtney, since I always believe that Maxie and Archie should go with Camerupt and Sharpedo. They are the symbols of Team Magma and Team Hydro. I believe those are the names in the English version. And I like that he has Groudon, of course, since this is the sort of Rainbow Rocket version of those 2 team leaders. But I kinda would have preferred if Courtney had Groudon, for other reasons, of course. So this is the sync pair, it is Ground and Grass. Grass, I have no idea why they went for Grass other than Fire, but I guess because of the kit that Groudon has, it fits better. This is also a Master Sync pair, so remember, Master Sync pairs are kinda a worse deal if you want to pull for the unit, because it is a 1% chance instead of, I believe, 2% or 3%, I don't even remember anymore. But you get a better chance overall for 5 stars. So for new players, this is a very good gacha indeed. It also has a ton of presents for every pull that you do, so hopefully we will go up to 5 pulls for this particular gacha, because getting the 5-star power-ups is very relevant. The coins help, but of course you need 20 of those to make a candy out of them, so it is kinda over there in terms of utility. So we will go and pull on this gacha. I want to get Groudon, I cannot wait to use him in any content that this game provides, good or not that he is. We will do a Should You Pull after we pull on Groudon. I will tell you why I believe he is better than Kyogre and Archie. But other than that, this is a gacha that is fully motivated by my like of this Pokemon. I really like Groudon. It was my very first English game when I was younger. I learned basically a ton of English out of the game, and some stuff really confused me back then. But the fact that I wanted to get the Pokemon that was on the box art of this particular game was one of my main motivations for why I love Pokemon so much. And there we go. We have already Maxie and Groudon. Man, am I happy. He also has, since I play the game in Japanese, the voice of a very popular villain in the Fate franchise, which is Kodomine Kirei. So I can very appreciate the choice for the VA of Maxie, and indeed it fits him very well. He also has one of the best EX alternate costumes that I've seen. We will unlock it later. But man, am I happy to finally get Groudon in this game. Like, it has been such a long time. I have waited and waited. I've seen so many other Pokemons get into the game, so many other legendaries, etc. Then, finally, we get this teaser event. And then, finally, we get Groudon and Maxie. Man, I am so happy about it. That also the fact, of course, that I managed to save up so many gems for those two is a very good result out of me in general, because I would have gone all in for Nessa and Bea, which also I like, but not as much as Groudon. So you might ask, and after you get Groudon, what is the second Pokemon that you want the most? Well, let's see what we got right here. Who is it? We got, I believe, Bianca, I believe that she's called, and I already have her, so yes, nothing too crazy, but very nice at least. So, who else do I want other than Groudon? Well, I'm not really sure because Mimikyu is in the game. We also have, I believe, Swampert with May, I also have them. I don't really think I missed any of my favorites in this game yet, but I really have to think about it because I have a ton of Pokemon that I like, but my top 3 would be Groudon, Mimikyu, and Swampert, so those 3 are all available to play. Remember that I went all in for Mimikyu on Halloween, and this was one of the main reasons because I really like the Pokemon, so I don't think I've missed out on any of those. But I have to think about it. Maybe Lugia, I kinda like Lugia, but it's not really what I would call a favorite Pokemon. And I'm not really sure actually. Like, who else would it be that I would put in my top 10? I have to relook because sometimes when they are below the 5 spot, I forget even my favorites because there are so many Pokemons, my friends, that like... yes! The Dinosaur Tyrantrum, that's the one that I really loved. Like, it's one of those Pokemon that I raised to 100 in its base game, and I really like it. I wonder which trainer he will come with, maybe the game leader of that particular region. This is Plumeria, I believe? Yes. So I didn't have... No, I do have Plumeria, okay. Actually, I thought that I didn't have her. But better, because of course she got an EX, I believe, so actually she's a little bit better. I don't really have any good poison types, so it's actually a very good result for me. So we are getting there with the prices, still only one copy of Maxie, but still better than nothing for me. We will stop at the 5th pool if we get 2 copies, and then I will use the candies, even though I don't really want to consume all the candies on Maxie, but it is my favorite Pokemon, and so I will make the sacrifice. I don't really mind if it's for him, and the Groudon, of course. I really... am pulling just for Groudon. Maxie is just an added prize to it. I guess after this one I have more favorite trainers that didn't appear other than Pokemons. Like, we still don't have any Misty Alt in the game for whatever reason. We got my boy Guzma, not really caring about him because it's not really that amazing, but I like the character. So we miss any Misty Alt in this game, which is truly a shame because she... like, her original Sync pair is good, but I really would love if they did a Misty Alt in some form, either with their gold and silver costume or something like that, because I really miss having to play with Misty or Brock in this game, so I would really love if they did that for them. Then maybe, since they did the tie-in for James and Jesse with the anime, I would love to see Ash, some of his rivals, maybe some... let me think, some companions like the Serena from the anime is very different from the Serena in the game. There's a ton of stuff that I would like to see from this game. We will see in the future, there is a ton to go through yet, so I don't really think that we are close to that part. Of course, right now, I will be saving up for Courtney, I believe, because I really would love to get Courtney into this game so that I can pair her up with Maxie, and then I believe that she will come with Camerupt instead of Maxie, so it is what it is. So we still haven't gotten the second copy, so we have to continue to pull because just as I told you, I want to 5 out of 5 this Master Sync pair, and I am not going to stop until I do. So here we are. Indeed, it would have been better if we got him 2 copies when we did get to the end of the rewards, but here we are, so it is what it is. The leftovers, just as I told you earlier, will be used to pull Kyogre tomorrow, if we get any. Like, if we go below the 1200 gems, I don't really want to pull for Kyogre because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But if we get like a small amount, I guess I would. I'm not really sure. Honestly, I don't really have that urge to pull for Kyogre because I already have a Swampert and they basically do the same stuff, but Kyogre is way better than... No, sorry, not Kyogre. But Swampert is way better than Kyogre in many ways. Ooh, Lucy. Actually, my third Lucy, I never pulled that. Ooh, fourth. I guess this was a lucky Gacha for her. Kinda like Lucy, so I'm glad that I pulled that twice there. Okay, so we got one Volkner, one Blue, one Bianca, again. Not really sure why they are appearing so much instead of Maxie, but it is the 1% pull rate for him that talks. Just as I told you at the start, getting the featured unit in this gacha is very difficult, even though we got him in the first try, but as you can see, extra copies are kinda hard to get. Okay, this one doesn't seem like we have any 5-star, but it is fine. We still have plenty of gems to go around. As I told you, the objective is Groudon for this gacha. Nothing else matters, nothing else I care. I just want to get my favorite Pokemon and at its full power if I can. So I'm very excited, as you can tell from the voice, because indeed, like in Pokemon Go, which is the other sort of gacha that has Pokemon in them, I was never able to get Groudon for one reason or another. If you don't believe it, I managed to get a shiny Kyogre before I even touched a Groudon, and that's how life goes. In this game, instead, it seems like my luck has turned around because we got to Groudon with a very good amount of gems, which maybe will lead me to get another copy of him and then max him out to 5 out of 5. Like, if we get out of this gacha with this victory, man, I will be happy. Very happy. So, you might wonder, is this a legendary event with Groudon and Kyogre? Not really, it is a story event, which is kinda different from a legendary event for many reasons, but in other ways they are basically the same. I look forward to bring it to you guys in the weekend, because usually that's when I drop stories, most of the time. And I am very curious myself to see what the story is all about. Okay, I believe that I maxed out Blue, which is fine, since I can use the 5-star tickets, especially to upgrade my units, but I kinda need the champion souls a little bit more now. Clement, ah man, why can't we pull Maxie? What's wrong with the gacha? Come on, you can do it, Gacha. You can show me my second pull and let me rest with the pulls. We are about to go all in, my friends. Like, I didn't think that we will get to this because 2 copies should be very easy to get, but instead, here we are. I wonder if we end up this gacha with only 1 copy of Maxie. Would we still be fine, because we still have at least a copy, which means I can still play him, but I will be kinda sad, because I kinda want the full power of Groudon at display. Okay, we got Ethan, one of the worst sync pairs in the game, but probably with Maxie it becomes very strong because of the weather bonus that he gets, so maybe it will be his time to shine. Come on, why aren't you pulling Maxie? Who is this one? Ooh, Pierce! Actually a nice pull. Very nice. I would actually use a Pierce. I never rolled on him, so getting him now is pretty good. Last pull, my friends. I expected to get 2 copies, instead it seems like we got only 1. Maybe I will have to scrounge up another candy, which is completely fine. Like, I can do it. I believe that I don't really even miss too much to get another 5-star striker candy, so it's not too much of a problem. I would have loved to get another copy of Maxie, however. Let me... Ooh! And just as I said that, here we go. It took us all the pulls to get here, but finally we have the second Maxie for our all-in gacha, and we get the 5 out of 5 out of this, because of course we have 3 striker candies, and I will use all 3 candies on Groudon, just so I can get him at its full power. Man, am I happy. Really happy about this. So here we are today. The first time I believe that we did such a long gacha, and the first time that I feel truly happy about it. Before we get to upgrading Maxie, let me go and let's do the Shulyu pull for this very powerful Master Sync pair. So first thing first, let me remind you what is a Master Sync pair. So every Master Sync pair has a special Master Passive. This is a buff that affects all your team, and it increases depending on how many tags of a specific tag you have. In the case of Leon, it was the Galar tag, In the case of Maxie and of course Archie with Kyogre, it is the ON tag, to the surprise of no one. Maxie powers up the physical attacks moves of all allied sync pairs by 20%. This is increased by 50% for every sync pair that is with the ON tag, and also it reduces physical attack move damage taken by all allied sync pairs by 25%. Instead, this is increased by 3% for every ON tag that you have. The maximum is 50% and the maximum damage reduction is 31%. Of course, if you make the math, it is 3 at max, 2 or 1, so you get the idea. The scaling of this is very strong, especially if you use a team with the ON tag that is all focused around physical attacks, much like Leon was built around the novelty of the Galar tag, and Archie will be built around the special attack side of the same master type of passive that we see right here. So, in general, those two are already very good, just because of this master passive itself. But what can Maxie do with Groudon? Well, we have two types of move. We have a ground type, because Groudon is a ground type, even though his design might indicate that he is a fire type, and when I was a kid I thought that he was a fire until a very long time. And so you expect that he would have a fire type, but no, he has a grass type. My Groudon in every game actually uses Solar Beam a lot, because if you don't know, whenever the sun is on the field, you skip the charging up part of Solar Beam and you just use it. Solar Beam is very strong by itself, so I can see why they went with the Solar Beam on Groudon, because it was a very popular choice. However, in this case, I don't really like it myself, because Solar Beam does not really scale that well with the rest of his kit, and I do think that the best usage for Groudon is basically a replacement for Cynthia. Indeed, because Precipice Blade, which is the Groudon trademark move, attacks all opponents, does not require Sandstorm to do a ton of damage, and in general is very good because of its passive, which we will see in just a second. Solar Beam, just as I told you, is a general special attack, which for Groudon stats, let me put them at the full level, you can see that he has still a very decent special attack, but you really want to use the normal attacks, because those are very powerful with the 400 attack stat. Then we have Dire Hit, which is very good for a striker like Groudon, and Expand the Land. This is a 2 charges trainer move, sharply raises the user attack and special attack, so by 3, lowers the user defense and special defense, so by 1, basically very similar to the Leon trainer move, but with a different focus on attack rather than everything. In addition, raises the user attack and accuracy when the weather is sunny. So if the weather is sunny, which with Groudon it will be most of the time, you will get 4 attack instead of 3, and also 1 accuracy, which is very good for Precipice Blades, because as you can see, it is 85 accuracy, which kinda hints that you want to get extra accuracy for Groudon. And then applies the super effective plus next effect to the user when the weather is sunny. Very good, especially if you want to nuke Pokémon that are weak to ground, because Precipice Blade, as I told you, is very strong compared to the Cynthia sort of Sandstorm/Earthquake combo that we had before. So Groudon can easily replace Cynthia in any team that wants to benefit from ground. And we will see more into this week Champion Stadium, I am sure of that. Then we have the passive with Sunburst, makes the weather sunny when the Pokémon enter the battle for the first time. Everyone knew he had to get this passive, so not a surprise. We have Solar Surge 3, quickly charges the move Gauche when the weather is sunny, powers up moves when the weather is sunny. Very good, especially since you started with the weather sunny, so this is basically a passive that you will always have at the start of the fight. And then Drought Alert 5, extend the duration of sunny weather when the weather turns sunny while the user is on the field. So usually weather does not last very long in this game, so you kinda want to benefit from this passive a lot with this sync pair, because it makes it so that Groudon can be a very powerful DPS on the start of the fight. However, you might ask, since there does not seem to be a way to reapply Sunny with Groudon, how do you do it? Well, you have the sync grid. I believe that it is over here. Solar Sync makes the weather sunny when the user sync move is used for the first time. This only happens once, but honestly, if you think about it, you don't really need to apply weather more than 2 times, especially with the drought passive over here. So I do think that it is good enough. Now, should you pull for Maxie or should you pull for Archie? Should be the correct question here, since you do want one of the two, let me tell you that. Well, I will say this. Maxie has a better potential compared to Archie, because Archie has to compete with May, he has to compete with Nessa, he has to compete with plenty other very, very strong water Pokemons. And if you have some of those strong water Pokemons, then you don't really need Archie. Like, water content can be easily cleared with only May, and so Archie is another bonus. But for Maxie and Groudon, it is an entirely different story. They enable a ton of unused sync pairs with the Sunny meta, because previously Sunny was used by OO, which is kinda weak Pokemon, while Groudon is very, very strong, and or Lyra, which is a support, so it doesn't really make her any better than she currently is, because supports are usually good even without weather effects. And also, Maxie has the very strong passive of having access to physical attack for ON. ON is usually a tag that revolves around special attacks thanks to May, because May makes it so that special attack is the strongest in ON, but with Maxie, your ON physical sync pair will become even better. So I highly suggest that you pull for Maxie, but I will say that maybe I am a little bit biased because I love Groudon so much. Okay, so this is actually a sync pair that I really love. They did a good job with Maxie and Groudon. I would have loved if he had a fire move instead of grass, but I will take what I can get. Since it does not have the primal reversion for Groudon, I do believe that we will see another Groudon sync pair in the future. And I will 5 out of 5 that one as well. Do not worry about that, my friends. I am faithful for my favorites, as long as they are at least decent enough to not make me mad. Okay, so we have to find Maxie, which I cannot really find. There he is. And now, my friends, it is time to upgrade this guy up to full. So we get 4 personal 5-star tickets, and then we go all in. Maybe actually it is better to get 5, since I don't really want to consume all the 5-star tickets, the normal ones, since they are better to use compared to the personal ones, but the personal ones are easier to get. And there we go. 6-star EX unlocked. This is the first thing that we will unlock, and you will see it over here live. The costume is actually pretty good. It becomes, I believe, white, which I'm not really sure why. Maybe because Groudon has the white fangs on him. But the Groudon shiny version is golden, which I believe wouldn't have worked as well like this one. Look at how good this EX is. I really, really love it. I believe that it is an improvement over the original Maxie design for sure. Okay. And now we upgrade with the candies for the 5 out of 5 sick move. Man, I never did this before, so I am really happy to finally upgrade a unit to full. And I will add as a free-to-play. If you guys can manage to control yourself, you also can do this. It is hard, I know, because in my early gachas I went like in grid mode a ton of times, where I basically spent everything and wasted everything, but right now I am truly glad that I earned my patience with this. Here we go. 5 out of 5 Master Sync per Maxie and Groudon with also EX. This is now the strongest sync pair that I have by a long mile. Not really, because I still have Nessa and May, which are pretty good in their own right, but it is at least a strong contender. Okay. So, we won't do anything with Kyogre tomorrow, because as you can see, I have only 300 gems, not really a good amount to pull for anything. But I will make up for it in the future when we get into the next gacha that I would want to pull on, probably in July at this point, or even August if I want to save up for the anniversary. We will see. So, my friends, hopefully you have your own luck with Archie or Groudon, depending on who you pull. Generally, I would prefer if you pull on Groudon because it is my favorite, but I also like Kyogre. It's not like I hate Kyogre by a long mile. I love both the legendaries, it's just that Groudon, it's really my favorite, like by a very, very, very huge amount. And so, here we are today. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. Remember to like and sub if you want to support the channel. Remember to tune in next time for the Groudon EX showcase. I know that I don't really put Maxie as the focus, but I really love Groudon a lot more than him, so this was basically the Groudon gacha for me. But for today, this has been it. This has been Hunter Lodge together with May, Maxie, Groudon, and all the mess that we had to go through in this very special gacha. Hopefully you enjoyed your stay nonetheless, and hopefully you'll have a good time and a good gacha with your own Groudon or Kyogre. Bye my friends, to the next time.